As its name suggests, knitting in the round is a technique where you work in a continuous circle. This produces a seamless tube of fabric, and you don't have to turn the knitting over, as you do when knitting on 2 needles. Smaller items like gloves, socks and hats are worked on a set of special needles which are sharp at both ends. These are called double-pointed needles and are often referred to as DPNs. Here we're working with a set of 4 needles. The stitches are held on 3 of the needles in a triangular shape, and you knit them off with the 4th. You can also work with 5 or even 6 needles according to your pattern. Begin by casting the required number of stitches onto the first needle. We're working here with 45 stitches, which will be divided evenly between 3 needles, 15 on each. Starting with the final stitch you made, slip 15 stitches purlwise onto the second needle. Insert the needle from right to left for each stitch and count carefully. Now, let the second needle dangle down as you transfer the next 15 stitches onto the third needle. The last 15 remain on the first needle. Slide the stitches along the 3 needles so that each group is central. Double-check that none of the stitches has twisted round and that they're lined up evenly. Hold the third needle, the one with the working yarn at the end, in your right hand, and the first in your left. It all might feel a bit unwieldy at this stage, but don't worry, you're nearly there. Pick up the 4th needle and use this to knit the first stitch on the left to link the circle. Pull the yarn up tightly, much harder than you would usually, so that the first stitch won't gape and make a hole in your knitting. Knit the rest of the stitches as usual and slide them along the needle. Swap the empty needle into your right hand. Push the next batch of stitches up to the top of the needle on the left and knit them. Knit the next group of stitches on the third needle in the same way to complete the first round. Put a row marker over the tip of the needle to mark the end, so that you'll be able to keep track of how many rounds you've worked.